everyone, it's Air Force Proud 95. Right now, I'm in Barcelona, Spain at VirtualFly headquarters. I'm currently in a full motion simulator called the OVO-04, which is basically, we have like a Cessna 172 cockpit set up here. I'm going to be taking you guys on a flight today. I have 2 GoPros set up here and then my digital camera back here, which hopefully doesn't go flying around during the flight. But anyways, we are at the Lukla Airport in Nepal. You've probably heard of it. We have some decent add-on scenery right now, so it doesn't look like the piece of shit that is Lukla Airport in default FSX scenery. So we'll go ahead and get started. We have avionics and the master is already up and running. Beacon and nav lights on. Fuel pump on just for shits and gigs. Mixture is full, and we'll go ahead and fire up the engine. So clear left, center right. Clear cock, as we would call out. Okay, there's the engine start. Parking brake is off. That was a great idea, starting the engine without parking brake on. Okay, we have a really long taxi out to the runway. It's going to be a straight ahead and then a left turn, so hopefully we don't get lost on the way there. But we're going to be taking runway 24 and departing straight out into the valley. Okay, our taxi is complete. We'll turn off our taxi lights. Our strobe and landing lights will come on at this point, assuming we have takeoff clearance. We won't use flaps for this takeoff because that will probably just kill our airspeed anymore, and we're going to need every bit of speed that we can get because we are flying a non-turbocharged Cessna 172 at a departing altitude of 9,500 feet, which is a terrible idea. Really gives us a solid chance of crashing and dying during this flight. But other than that, clear skies. Hopefully the aircraft can put out enough power that we don't end up at the bottom of one of these mountains around us. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and assume that we have takeoff clearance. Lights are on. We're good to go. We're going to be taking runway 24, and we're actually going to loop around here at the very end of the runway and do a quick 180 so we can get every foot of available takeoff distance. And as I mentioned, I am going to be your tour guide on this flight, so I'm going to be showing you some different landmarks in the area and some different interesting facts that I'll be making up entirely because I know nothing about this region. Okay, we have runway 24 verified. We'll go and punch that in here, heading 240. Runway is ours, runway is clear. We'll go ahead and proceed with our takeoff. Okay, here we go. And we'll do some professional callouts here. We got 40 knots, cross-check continuing. 50 knots, V1. Rotate. Okay, there we have a positive rate. We have cleared the airport grounds. We're now at about 59 knots and climbing at a whopping 0 feet per minute. We're going to try to keep the airspeed here, trim the plane out a little bit, and see if we can get a climb going. If not, we'll just slowly descend to our inevitable death. So what I'll do as your tour guide today, I'll take us out and fly us around this valley out here to the left side, and then we'll just do a loop-de-loop and return back to the airport. A loop-de-loop meaning a 180. So right now, this is the awkward silence portion of the flight because we've just departed from Lukla and I really don't know what to say at this point. I can't even come up with any interesting fake facts because we don't really see anything yet. So I'm just going to be talking to myself for this portion of the flight. So it's not dead quiet and I don't have to skip a good minute and a half of the video and it looks like we just kind of teleported forward in time. So once we reach 10,000 feet, I will do something actually useful in this video, and I'll show you the flight dynamics of the full motion simulator and basically how it replicates certain flight maneuvers. 3, 2, 1, NASA, we have liftoff. We're at 10,000 feet. I'll go ahead and perform those maneuvers, and you guys will be able to see what they look like from the outside of the simulator. So here's pitching up, and pitching back down. Leveling off once again. We'll do a left bank. And then a right bank. Okay, and now a barrel roll. I'm just kidding. that would probably make this flight sim eat shit immediately. We will not be doing that today. But IRL, those maneuvers would probably have our passenger shitting his pants or just passed out altogether at this point. So, assuming we now have a medical emergency on board, we'll go ahead and turn this aircraft back around and proceed back towards Lukla. So we'll go ahead and do a steep turn here just so you can get that outside perspective one more time. Holding that left-hand turn, and then rolling back level. Okay, so we'll go ahead and simulate some ATC as well, just to get the full realism here. And actually, before I do that, I realize I'm not really your tour guide because I didn't mention a single thing about any landmarks or anything in the area. We're going to forget that I said anything about being a tour guide at this point. I'm just flying the plane, and I'm going to bring this bitch in for a landing. But anyways, Lukla Tower, call sign Harambe 1, we're about 7 or 8 miles out from the south inbound for a full stop landing, medical emergency on board. Lukla Tower would probably respond with a clear to land in response to that. So assuming we have our landing clearance, we'll go ahead and proceed straight in towards the airport here. We're going to try to keep some altitude on our way in here. We're going to try to maintain what we have now. As you saw on the departure, we are going to be arriving. This is a sloped runway, so this should be a challenge. I'm going to try to butter the bread, but that I may actually burn the toast on this landing. Okay, so the airport's up here, about our 1 o'clock now, as you can see. We're going to start to slightly reduce power. We have very sufficient altitude. We're going to pull that power back a lot. We actually might have too much altitude. So we're going to go ahead and dump some flaps. And we actually got so much altitude here that I'm going to go ahead and go straight to flaps 20. We're at 75 knots. Lukla Tower, Harambe 1, short final, runway 6. Yep. We'll go and dump full flaps here. 60 knots airspeed. That's an incorrect call out. I'll provide myself with my own GPWS call outs because that lady is wrong. 50, 40, 30, retard. Oh, that was a buttery landing right there. Okay, on center line, applying some braking here. And we have done it. So back up the hill we go, applying almost full throttle to get up this little ramp here that you see. Actually, literally applying full throttle at this point. And we have barely made it up to the ramp. But we have made it. So cutting her right here. Quick after landing checklist before a very long taxi into our parking spot. Taxi lights on, landing off, strobe lights off. Flaps are coming up. Other than that, PWA fuel pump, not worrying about it, don't really care about it. I have pulled out too much throttle and cut off the engine. We will not be stopping at this point, so let me start it back up and pretend that that never happened. So we'll take this, we'll actually pull up here right up next to the terminal for our parking spot, next to Gorka Airlines off to our left side. They're our rival company. They also offer tours in the area. They have a much more appropriate aircraft for it rather than a standard 160 horsepower Cessna 172. So their business is obviously doing a lot better than ours, but we say fuck them regardless. And we have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lukla, Nepal, or as they pronounce it here, Lukla Nipple. It's spelled N-E-P-A-L, so that's how the locals pronounce this country. We'll go and set our parking brake. We'll silence that, taxi lights off, leave the nav and beacon on for now, just because. There's the mixture out. Ignition is in the off position. You can exit your aircraft to the right side, but I forgot that you are actually passed out and probably dead at this point, so we'll just have that dead body taken out of the aircraft at a later time. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that very short and shitty tour of the area. But I hope you actually did enjoy the flight dynamics and the demonstration of the OVO-04 by VirtualFly. Really does feel very realistic. As you can see here, this is the Yoko yoke that I have. VirtualFly sent me this as well, so you may have seen my video on that a while back. But yeah, I'll go ahead and end the blog post there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video again. I'll have some more of this full motion simulator action here with VirtualFly coming soon. Thank you for watching. This is Air Force Proud 95, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, Air Product here. One last thing real quick. The merch campaign is still going on. If you're interested, the link is in the description. Big thanks to everyone that has supported the channel with merch so far. I really do appreciate it. I just wanted to mention that. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next video.